And that off. Last two out. Raise You and Tower of London. Ridden along in between them is Dancing Tango. 10 runners, mile 6, the Group 2 Comber Group International Curragh Cup. And striding on to make it is Grosvenor Square. Builds up a nearly 4 to 5 length advantage over stable companion Gaspar de Lemos. Just third is Aircraft Carrier in the white cap now. And then Eastern Legend, Vauban, Dancing Tango. Next on the inside is Seattle Creek with alongside the reappearing filly Shamida. At the back, Raise Your Tower of London. Racing right across from the stands, and out in front is Grosvenor Square. Increases the margin to 6 lengths over Gaspar de Lemos in turn. Over 4 lengths in front of Aircraft Carrier. Up into 4th place goes Eastern Legend and Vauban Dancing Tango. Seattle Creek on the inside of Shmida. Tower of London swaps last with Raise You. 9 furlongs to go, and they continue well spaced out as Grosvenor Square and Gavin Ryan break further clear from Gaspar de Lemos and Wayne Lorden, followed by Aircraft Carrier and Gary Carlin third, and 4th is Eastern Legend, the mount of Rory Cleary. Just 5th is Vauban, Colin Keane on the inside of Dancing Tango and Declan McDonough, and then Seattle Creek and Shamie Heffernan, Shamida, Chris Hayes, Tower of London, and Ryan Moore one from last, and bringing up the rear at the halfway stage is Raise You and Dylan Brown McMonigal. Little changes in the orders, they continue uphill, and it's Grosvenor Square continuing well clear of Gaspar de Lemos, who moves further away from Eastern Legend. They're right up now at the highest point of the course. Grosvenor Square still relentless from Gaspar de Lemos, commanding advantage clear of Eastern Legend. Vauban has moved into 4th ahead of Dancing Tango. Dropping out tamely as Aircraft Carrier, then Shamida, pushed along as Seattle Creek, and then Tower of London and Raise You. Running round the home turn with 3.5 furlongs to go. And in splendid isolation is Grosvenor Square and Gavin Ryan, showing no signs of stopping as of yet with less than 3 furlongs to go as Vauban sets off in pursuit. Then Eastern Legend, Dancing Tango, Shamida on the outside of Tower of London, then Seattle Creek, Raise You. Gaspar de Lemos has dropped right away, racing past the 2, and it's Grosvenor Square with a slightly reduced advantage over Vauban as they begin the run towards the last furlong in the Comer Group International Curragh Cup. And it is Grosvenor Square. It's been all Grosvenor Square from the start. Tower of London is devouring the ground on the outside. Vauban is held in third, and it's Tower of London on the stand side from a mile back to win snugly for Ryan Moore. Running down Grosvenor Square, clear of Vauban, and Raise You next.
Yes, Aidan O'Brien joins me now after winning the Comer Group International Curragh Cup at Tower of London. He's just got there in the nick of time. He's won snugly at the line, though.
Yeah, exactly. No, delighted. Robbie rides him at home. I was very happy with him. Delighted. Derek and Donal, very happy. Rachel rides him in his work, and he's a good while since he ran. Ryan gave him a class ride. Sure, he's a great horse, really. He's class. He travels, he quickens, he stays. He travels the world. He loves fast ground. He's a great horse to have. The 3-year-old ran some race in second, and that's all he was crying out for, is to go up in distance. I'd say he's a big cruiser. Could be a Melbourne Cup horse, the second horse too. Tower of London could be as well, but he's probably very exposed at this stage. But no, delighted with him, Kevin, really.
And you were worried coming here today, weren't you, about Tower of London with that rain that had fallen?
Yeah, it couldn't be hard enough for him. But obviously there's ease in the ground today, and he's getting older and he's probably getting tougher. But like he was in good shape today, and he did keep coming. So they have to be fit to do that. But Ryan gave him a peach, really.
Bounced back from obviously a below par effort in the Yorkshire Cup. But Aidan, he had been on his travels and he had been quite busy. Did he take a blow that day?
I know, yeah, and he had 2 false steps that day. He had a false step down the back, and then he had another false step in the straight and lost his shoe. And I'd say he got a little bit, lost his confidence a little bit. And when they do that, Ryan just minds them. He obviously took a view very early. Ryan did just to look after him. He felt he wasn't going to win, and I would say that was probably a lot of it, but he came back great, and yeah, no, sure. Listen, he's a great horse to have, Kevin, an exciting horse too, and he's a horse loves taking his time in a race. And when you have a stayer that has class like that, you can have some fun with him.
And the season's probably only beginning for him, isn't it? There's lots of targets throughout the world from now for the rest of the year.
Oh, absolutely. He can go to America, he can go to Australia, he can go anywhere. You know, it's like what you said. He can Hong Kong, all the places, Japan. He can. No, I'd say no problem going back to 1.5 miles. You know, so yeah, and like I said, he's experienced, he's seasoned, and loves travelling. So yeah, no, he's a great horse to have.
He's a stayer with speed because he had to show a good turn of foot. He's made up a lot of ground and he's won snugly at the line. Did you always, when did you think he was going to get
No, I never thought he was going to get there. To tell you the truth, I thought Gavin was gone. And like at one stage in the straight, I'd say Gavin was a furlong in front. And that horse is a big economical galloper with a good staying pedigree, so he wasn't going to stop. So and obviously he didn't. So something had to, with a little bit of or good bit of class, had to come and get him. You know. So no, sure, delighted really, Kevin.
Where do you go to the second horse next? Because that opens up some options for him now, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Like obviously he's a ledger type horse. We always felt when we let him go, that's when we were going to see the best of him, and we hadn't done that. We went to Chester originally, and we didn't do that, and we didn't do it. And he went to the Derby here, and we didn't do that. But the minute he got into his own rhythm, because his stride is so big and he's such a big horse, when he's going his rhythm, that's when he put horses to the sword, and that's exactly what he did today. So listen, he's obviously a ledger type horse that won't be easy to handle for a 3-year-old, because when you let him go bowl, like, it'll take a fair horse to follow him and try to take him on, because obviously his cruise is very high.
Great stuff, Aidan. Go back to the Judmont Dogs. Big run by Content.
Yeah, delighted with her. Over the moon, really. So her options would be, she could go to Goodwood, but she can't go there because the Justify filly is going there. She could go to York, and she probably won't get to go there because we run a filly tomorrow, Galileo filly, and she's going to probably go there after tomorrow. So Ryan said probably what's made for is the Breeders' Cup fillies race. That's 1.3 miles, and he said that's her race. So we have to pick a race between now and then for her. So wherever that'll be, that's where we'll go. So she's been a little bit busy, so she'll be very happy to have an easy time for a little bit, pick a race in between and go there. So she's you'd have to be very happy with her.
And she's got the trip extremely well, hasn't she?
Oh, she did, yeah. Ryan said no, she wasn't stopping, she was coming, and no, he was very happy with her. He gave her a peach, she relaxed great for him, and he was very happy with her now.
And Port Fairy?
Yeah, she was a bit disappointing. We rode her forward. She's maybe not a 1.5 mile filly. She might be happier going back to 1.25 miles. Went forward with the pace, and she didn't look to get the last furlong and a half. So maybe she might be happier going back to 1.25 miles. But she's been busy, and she's done what you'd ask for her. And like I say, she won't get to go to Goodwood either. So we'll take our time with her and look for a race somewhere before the end, and might go back and trip with her.
Great stuff, Aidan. Well done. It's been a great start to the weekend. See you tomorrow.
Yep, a pleasure. Thank you, Kevin.
Well done.
Thanks, Kevin.
Perfect. Sound there.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Great job.
No bother. Hang in there.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.